This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Read. And today we are watching her video, CT Scan Update, Trader Joe's Haul, and I Quit Vaping vlog. I called way back at the beginning of the year when she was doing her whole, everybody look at all the vapes I'm buying, look at my vapes, look at how much I'm vaping, guys, I'm vaping. Vaping helps me so much. Oh my god, I'm so into vaping. I remember saying then that she was creating a fake addiction for herself, for her to overcome down the road. I don't know if I definitively said it would be May or June, where she would be able to kick the habits and overcome her self-made addiction. Because look, you guys, she's so good at taking care of her health. But she was basically creating a self-made crisis so that she could overcome it later, so that she could get the accolades for being a recovering whatever. As opposed to actually taking care of her health, actually addressing her real addiction, which is food, and actually overcoming her obesity. We couldn't do those things because that's actually hard. But we can overcome a fake addiction that we pretend that we had at the beginning of the year. And so here we are in May, overcoming our vaping habit, because it's just not good for us, you guys. So pardon me for not clapping. I've been pretty cynical these last two reacts because I did a reaction just before this. And I'm pretty snarky in that one too. I feel snarky. I'm kind of like low grade tired. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's just because the weather's doing one of these numbers. And like, I always get a little like sleepy tired when that happens. I'm very sensitive to the weather. Anyway. So yeah, that's my thing on the vaping. The Trader Joe haul, it's a bunch of junk food. I know I'm spoiling the video for you guys, but I'm also like the last person to react to this. So by now you've watched this or you've seen someone react to it, I guess is what I should say. But the Trader Joe's thing, she literally said the last time she went to Trader Joe's, you know, the last time she gained 20 pounds in a week, she was like, Trader Joe's is a trigger for me and I won't be shopping there right now or anytime soon because Trader Joe's triggers me to binge. But she doesn't have a binging problem. She's not an emotional eater. She doesn't have a binging problem. So instead, right off the bat here, we're going to start this video with the Trader Joe's haul. Okay. That's totally not going to lead into a binge. By the way, this will be like day 4 of her being on Ozempic. How are you eating like this on Ozempic? Like, you have got to be forcing yourself to eat in order to eat like this. Which is why I think you're not losing more weight faster. Also, I honestly think this is why her nausea is bad. I know nausea is a side effect of Ozempic and the other GLP-1s, but I think in Amber's case, because she does mention how she didn't have nausea the first time she was on these, I think part of the problem with the nausea now is that she's forcing herself to eat, and she's eating garbage, and it's just interacting with the GLP-1. It's just interacting with the Ozempic. So I could be wrong. I'm just putting a theory together here. She's like, oh my god, I don't remember having nausea last time, but this time I'm getting nausea basically in the evening and first thing when I wake up in the morning. We all know that she binges in the evenings. I mean, the timing's right there. So that's just my theory, though. I don't know. As Rosie said in her last video, I am not a doctor. So there you go. Anyway. Wonderful face to start on. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my subscribers. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. Please pardon my snarkiness this video. I'm just snarky. I don't know. I'm tired. When I'm tired, I get cranky. I kind of went over some principles of dark anthropology in the last video, and I have notes. I tell you guys this because when you see me doing this, I'm looking at my notes. But this one, I think we're going to be seeing like principles of covert motivation, just because I know about the haul, I know about the story for the CT scan, I know about the vaping. The vaping also can fall under power dynamics, where she's trying to like overcome her self-inflicted addiction. I have no pity for her, I'm sorry. So anyway, going off my notes. Mostly we're going to be talking about like covert motivations, ethical reflexivity, and power dynamics. When we're talking about specifically her Trader Joe's haul. I know there's so much that can be crammed into these videos. The ethical implications are always kind of dicey, in my opinion. This one's like the responsibility to the audience, given her platform and influence. She has a responsibility to consider the impact of the stuff that she does in her videos on her audience, especially when it comes to people who struggle with similar issues. And I know there are some people that follow her who do have similar issues, just because I've seen you post comments and, you know, things where she's like, Trader Joe's causes me to binge. And then, oh, look at all this food that I just got done buying at Trader Joe's after not even a month ago was telling you that this is going to cause me to binge. Oh, by the way, I'm on Ozempic now. It's that kind of responsibility to consider that within her audience that Amber kind of just pushes to the side, because it's Amber's story, you guys. She's allowed to say whatever she wants. And I mean, on the one hand, she's correct. It is her story. She's allowed to say whatever she wants. However, you know, she might want to consider how it impacts her audience, but that would require like way too much self-awareness for Amber. However, she does try to throw this under her being like transparent and authentic, but she's not going to mention the fact that Trader Joe's causes her to binge in this video. We're just supposed to like accept it, like just pretend like it never happened, I guess. Covert motivations. We spend a lot of time in covert motivations because it's the biggest category of this, honestly, because this is her content. This is where her content engagement occurs. She knows that she told us that Trader Joe's causes her to binge, and so by putting this Trader Joe's haul in here, she's basically poking the bear. She knows it's going to get a rise out of her audience because people are going to point out that you said Trader Joe's causes you to binge. Why are you buying stuff from Trader Joe's? Make it make sense, as the kids like to say. It's also a form of emotional manipulation. It's rage baiting, which is emotional manipulation. She's rage baiting the audience by posting this Trader Joe's haul. And those of us who've gotten pissy about it, we fell for it. I mean, I didn't, but I never fall for her shit because I'm perfect. But the rest of you, no, I'm kidding. Please don't. Here's the other thing. I've been watching Call Me Kevin a lot. If you don't watch Call Me Kevin, he's a gamer. If you don't watch his videos, something's wrong with you. But now apparently I'm just approaching the entire world as if I'm in a Call Me Kevin playthrough. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. So yeah, we've got the emotional manipulation. We've got engagement going on. I mean, rage bait is rage comments and trolling comments. It's still interaction as far as the YouTube algorithm gives a crap. Power dynamics, obviously, control over the narrative. I'm sure if people pin her down on it, she's going to be like, Trader Joe's doesn't cause me to binge. You know, she's trying to like grab control of the narrative again. And I've stated this in not the last video, but at least the two before that. She's lost control of her own narrative. Like, she thinks she still has control of the story that she's putting out on the internet. I don't think she does. She's just adding chapters to it. And she has no control over it, and hasn't for a very long time. She's trying to control her self-presentation with, you know, she still seems to have it in her head that Trader Joe's is a healthy place to shop, and therefore anything she buys there is inherently healthy or better for her than things bought at like the grocery store, like Acme around here. You know, it's the same shit. It just says Trader Joe's on it. You know, cheesy poofs are still cheesy poofs. And because one of the things she pulls out of here is like popcorn puffs or something like that. And she's like, there's 85 of these. It's only X number of calories. And it's just like, are you seriously going to sit there and count out 85 of those little poofs? Or are you just going to shove your hand in there a few times, cram them into your mouth and go, yeah, it was about 85. Because we both know which one of those is actually going to happen. She's also trying to control the audience reaction to this. Again, going back to the rage baiting. It's rage bait. Again, she wants snacks from Trader Joe's. She thinks the Trader Joe's snacks are healthy for her. And she knows because of things that she has said in the past, the things she said in the past, that the audience is going to react negatively to her Trader Joe's haul. So if they react negatively, they're going to leave comments. They're going to interact with the video. YouTube does not care how you interact with the video. YouTube just wants you to interact with the video. Rinse, lather, repeat. All right, so those are the dark principles we're going to go over. Well, those are the dark principles we've gone over. And so I do have her sped up to 1.25 times. I need to start putting some merch together. Like, I know most people don't like her merch, but I actually think it's pretty funny. I think a t-shirt that says merch moment on it is pretty fucking hilarious. I'm not going to buy one. Just the fact that it exists makes me happy, though. And somewhere, someone has bought one of those. I also like the dainty girl thing. You know, I like when she leans into it. Onward!
Okay, so today's sunglasses is definitely just a hair statement. It's kind of like a headband. I know.
We already knew that, girl. All of your bullshit about, I just forgot they were up there because I go in and out of the house so frequently. You guys, no one believed you. You should have just led with this. I like wearing my sunglasses like a headband. We all knew that's what you were doing.
I know there's a lot of people out there who totally would relate. Like, headbands do not pull the hair back in such a cute way. Like, the way.
In such a cute way. I was like, hairbands are literally designed to pull your hair back. I used to wear them a lot when I was in grade school. I know that they're having kind of like a comeback, and some of them are actually really cute. I need to like buy myself a couple because they are kind of cute. And they're incredibly effective at pulling your hair back. Also, if you actually knew how to style a hairband, a headband, as we used to call them, you can do that exact look with your hair and a headband. It's not hard to do. It doesn't even require a ton of styling. It's just a matter of brushing it and then putting the headband on your head. Instead of sweeping it across your head, you just set it on your head. I don't even know how to do a lot of hairstyles. I know how to do that one. Okay, look. That's how easy that is to do. Clearly, I don't know what to do with my hair. I can still style a headband. You can too, Amber. But you know what? If you want to wear your sunglasses as a headband, I'm not going to stop you. I won't say I haven't done it, but usually it's just out of convenience. Anyway.
Sunglasses does. Anyways, I have a Trader Joe's haul. So
Yay.
Let's get into that. First things first, I saw these
Let's go crazy.
sour cream and onion corn puffs. 68 of these is a serving for only 130 calories. I was like, that's not bad at all. I got some.
What's the calorie count on like a bag of popcorn? Isn't it like 100 calories or something like that for like a whole bag, depending on the popcorn you buy? So wow, great. Found a low calorie option to food.
Savory thin crackers because I want to make just like a cracker plate. For that cracker plate, I got some artichoke and jalapeno dip, which I'm excited to try.
I'm sorry, I'm trying desperately not to make cracker jokes. My in-laws called me a cracker. Pisses me off. Literally no one will get that.
So as you guys know, salami is a triggering food for me, but
So is Trader Joe's, so why? Who cares? You don't care. Why should I?
Discovered, which I prefer better than just regular salami. It's like these salami sticks, and you get so many for a serving that it like satisfies me, and I don't feel.
Or you could just eat food. Like, you could just make yourself a turkey breast, or a salmon patty, or turkey burger, or your little chicken sausages. Like, you could just make food.
Triggered while I eat them. So for 2 of these is 140 calories. So if I just want half of it, it's only 70. So I got like a ton of those.
I saw
some grade A large eggs. I got some organic chicken and then some top sirloin steak.
Steak. I haven't had steak in a minute.
Mini peppers, which I like to eat these raw, but I also like to cook them as well. I got some broccoli.
I will say those little mini peppers can be more convenient than buying like an actual bell pepper, just because like sometimes you only want half the damn bell pepper and then you're stuck with the other half. And the mini peppers, you just chop up like 2 of them. It's the same equivalent. The other benefit to those is that you can stuff them full of cream cheese or fill them up with stuff and use them as like a snack as well.
Cauliflower, scallions, which I like putting on literally anything and everything.
Green onions. It clearly says green onions on the bag. Scallions are smaller, aren't they? I don't know.
And then this is some fresh mozzarella cheese. So it's just like little individual things of mozzarella cheese that you can snack on. It literally just has snackers on it. So last time.
Cheese is like the worst snack. Not because I don't like cheese. It's just like probably one of those little balls of mozzarella were probably like 100 calories. It's not going to fill you up. It's probably not even going to satisfy you. I just feel like as far as like using cheese as a snack, it just kind of is like one of the least satisfying snacks out there. I don't know. You literally could have like an egg to two hard-boiled eggs for roughly the same number of calories as like 2 of those wheels of cheese. And the eggs would be so much more satisfying.
When I went to Trader Joe's, I did try like a frozen pasta, so I wanted to try another one. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this right, so I'm not even gonna try. But it's spaghetti pasta in a rich, creamy sauce with pecorino.
I can't see if that says 2 or 3 servings on the back, but whatever it is, they're 270 calories per serving, which means, assuming there's 2, because there's at least 2, that's like 540 calories for that bag, if not more. There might be 3 servings in there.
That is so wrong. Romano cheese and black pepper, so that's what it looks like.
Oh, I miss pasta. I'm actually making pasta salad later on today, and it's going to be with the chickpea pasta. So, I don't know. It works. I miss regular pasta, though. I really do. It's completely different, and I miss it.
Also got some spicy jalapeno sausage. I got some frozen hash browns. I haven't had a hash brown in forever, and I've just been craving.
You mean crack in the shape of a hash brown patty? I'm not going to lie. Those things, ugh. Tater tots, hash brown patties like that, French fries. I will say one time I bought a hash brown patty from Wawa because it was like $1 and I was already buying a sandwich anyway. That was the worst hash brown patty I've ever had. So I was like doubly disappointed because A, the hash browns were terrible, and B, it came out of Wawa. Wawa usually has pretty good grab and go food. Taste wise, it's not necessarily good for you, but taste wise, it's usually pretty good. I was kind of disappointed that it didn't taste good. And I mean, yeah, it was only $1, but I could have spent that $1 somewhere else getting something that I actually liked. So now I know not to buy those.
Craving it, so if you're gonna be really good with breakfast. Some frozen turkey burgers. Love me a turkey burger. Got some garlic and jalapeno olives. They're stuffed olives, and they're gonna be part of the salami and cheese cracker plate. I got a can of organic garbanzo beans because I like putting some seasoning on it and putting it in the air.
Can I help you? You want to come up here? Can you behave?
Eat your butt. You're ready. Daddy's home. He's walking around. You might have something you want.
He got shaved. Can't tell. Much sleeker. Look at him. That sleek boy. So we had to shave him down some. Please don't. You have all the attention you need right here. Anyway. Finish the garbanzo bean discussion.
Air fryer, so good. Last but not least, just some lightly sweetened coconut strips. So that's everything that I got from Trader Joe's.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of interested in the coconut strips thing. Gonna lay down? Alright. Behaving. Unusual. Kind of interested in the coconut strip thing, but I like toasted coconut. I'm wondering if I would like that fresh coconut stuff. I don't know.
Oh, I have a headache, and this girly pop does not get headaches often. I don't know what that's about. That's what I'm currently experiencing. But
I mean, it could be dehydration. It could be withdrawal. It could be the Ozempic. I don't know.
I was coming out here to let you guys know that I actually have my CT scans scheduled. So that's going to be coming up, and it's going to be happening soon. So I'm glad that that's going to be out of the way, because I feel like that's going to hopefully give us some answers. But I did say in my last video that I no longer have like blood in my pee, at least visible blood. Ever since I started Ozempic, I actually stopped drinking soda. I think I've had one soda. It was like the day I took Ozempic. And since then,
yeah, but you're still eating garbage. Also, I don't think that's true. I think you've had yourself on camera drinking soda when you go out to eat.
and I've just been drinking water. So my pee looks a little more hydrated and healthy. TMI, I know. Also, I'm not experiencing any more like back pain or pelvis pain or anything like that. So my symptoms are gone. My doctor and I both think that the CT scan is still super important to get done. So today,
well, the important part is that you think the CT scan is important to get done, because we both know that you don't give a shit what your doctor thinks, so...
Today is actually day 5 of me being on Ozempic, and so far so good. The first 3 days I woke up extremely nauseous. Like the first day was like the worst, but like the 4th day yesterday and then waking up today, I did not really experience that. And I also want to say that tomorrow will be a full week of me not vaping, because I've been vaping Delta 8 for a while. I've been smoking for years. It's something that I recently just told you guys about,
because I recently just made it up. Bye, see ya right when you get work. This smoking thing is, we've never heard about it because she's making it up. When did you smoke? When have you ever smoked? You give your mom hell for smoking. A smoker does not give their mother hell for smoking. They go over and smoke with their mother. Like, no, Amber. Just because your last girlfriend and your mom both smoke does not make you a longtime smoker. A longtime secondhand smoker, perhaps, but not an actual smoker.
and it kind of goes more than that, but I can explain that some other time, because right now I don't really want to. I know you
I can explain it more some other time, because right now I don't actually know the lies that I want to make up and tell you about it. Because I haven't done minimal research on TikTok to figure out how I'm supposed to act when I'm on the things that I'm going to claim that I was on, even though I totally was never on them. Hey, foodie.
You guys hate when I say that, but it's mainly just because, like, your girl's not ready. I'm not saying I'm never gonna vape Delta 8 again in my life, but it just made no sense to, like, do that and then also be doing Ozempic. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Delta 8 sometimes did give me the munchies.
Didn't she claim the last time she was on Ozempic, like the first week she was on Ozempic, it didn't work because she was taking Delta 8, and it was basically allowing her to eat through the medication, which is probably what she was doing the first 4 days of this, where she was making herself sick in the evenings because she was smoking, vaping the Delta 8 so that she could eat. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense in my head. In my head. This is my opinion.
I wasn't very coherent sometimes. So, I don't know. I just felt like it just seemed right. Like, let's like take a break on that. So, I've just noticed a lot of changes, like in the way that I'm breathing, because obviously vaping is not good for you. Like, no matter what you're vaping, like, it's just not good. And in my opinion, I feel like I've been more productive. I've had more of like a clear mind.
More productive? Doing what?
So that's been really nice. Okay, you guys, so I'm currently making my chickpeas in the good old air fryer. So I took them out of the can, I put them in the bowl, and I rinsed these like 5 times with some water. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil.
Sorry, riveting
and I want
content.
Garlic salt to be my seasoning for it. Don't worry, my hand is clean.
I don't care.
And I'm the only one eating them. So
I also don't care.
you can use obviously a spoon if you want, but don't be afraid. Get in there with your hands.
So she'll touch garbanzo beans that are moist, but she won't touch raw meats. But she will. But meat freaks her out, but rolling her hands around in lightly oiled, moist garbanzo beans, this doesn't bother her. So it's not a tactile thing then? It's not a texture thing?
Now let me go wash my hand. All right, hand is washed. So I've done this a few times. I've done it with taco seasoning. There's a multitude of versions of this.
I mean, I would have put a basket in there just so it'd be easier to get them out. Also easier to clean, but whatever.
You can literally just make it whatever flavor you want. Indian style, Mexican style. But my favorite is pesto or just plain garlic salt. So I'm gonna have them going for about 10 minutes.
When have you ever made pesto garbanzo beans? When have you ever made pesto air-fried garbanzo beans? Like, I can believe someone made them for you, but when have you ever made them?
And then I'll check on them. All right, so this is how they are looking right now. So if you want them to be more like of a chip texture, I would definitely cook it for another like 5 minutes. So good.
So good. But she doesn't eat on camera, you guys. And she totally doesn't watch herself feed herself on camera. Hey.
So good.
She even shovel tongues single bites. How does that even work? How do you not bite your tongue?
Okay, guys, so it is the next day, and I want to weigh myself.
But soft, what light from yonder window breaks? It is the east, and the ceiling is the sun. Arise, fair ceiling, and drive away the jealous moon, who is already pale with grief and envy.
Hey, buddy, what's up? Did you come to see the ceiling too? I know, it is a beautiful ceiling. It is. Look at it. Gaze upon it in awe. Oh, why? Thanks, buddy. You're welcome. 'Cause I'm a cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway. I was going to impress you with my mad Shakespearean skills, but then the cat came and upstaged me, so...
Hello. It's ready.
All right, stepping on.
489.6 pounds.
What the? 49.6? Wait, if you guys saw my face right now, I am in awe.
You have already been this weight once. You regained this weight and more since you were that weight. What? Why are you in shock and awe? Like, I don't care. Of course you've lost weight, Amber. You're literally on Ozempic. It's one and only job for you is to help you lose weight because you're totally not diabetic. So why are we acting shocked and awed here? You've lost this weight at least twice before. Stop it.
I was not expecting that. I mean, I really did not eat much yesterday. I gotta admit, I had the chickpeas. Before that, I made like this like pasta chicken dish, just like homemade. And that's really all I ate. Wow.
Chicken pasta sounds delicious. I think I'll put some chicken in the pasta salad. That'd be good.
That's so cool. I'm proud of that. Okay.
I don't mean to diminish her or anything, because, like, I don't want to dissuade people from using things like Ozempic to lose weight, because if that's what you need, then that's what you need, you know? But Amber's had so many shots at this point. This is her second time on Ozempic. Why should I be proud? I just... Were it anyone else, I'd be like, yeah, cool, you did a good job. This is the third time we've been here this year. So, or at least it feels like it is. It's at least the second time we've been here this year. Why am I proud?
Hey guys, so you just saw my weigh-in. Isn't that exciting? So I really want to do weekly weigh-ins. Every Saturday is going to be like my true weigh-in.
I love how every time she does this weekly weigh-in thing, she picks a different day. Like, usually it's Wednesday, but then she was doing Monday for a while, and I think we got like one weigh-in on a Monday, and now it's going to be Saturday. Like, how does she pick these days? It's just, A, it's arbitrary to begin with. I get that part. But, like, she just rotates it throughout the week, and I just don't understand why. Like, why Saturday? Monday at least makes sense. It's the beginning of the week. I guess you could argue Saturday's the end of the week if you believe that Sunday's the beginning of the week. But like Wednesday, you know, the weigh-in Wednesday thing, that makes sense. But just like, why does she change the date every time she decides to do weekly weigh-ins? Like, it doesn't, whatever.
But it is like the first week that I'm back on track. So of course I'm gonna be a little sneaky and I'm gonna be stepping on that scale, just seeing what's going on. And so far I'm down like over 10 pounds. Like, okay, but we're gonna have like a, you know, Ozempic week 1 weigh-in coming at you. But right now I'm actually,
I guess I'm not shocked because I'm expecting this. I'm expecting this level of weight loss because that's what she's capable of doing if she were eating in an actual deficit. And the Ozempic should be helping her not feel hungry, so theoretically she should not be eating more. I mean, that's my understanding of how it works, and something about gastric delay or something like that. I don't know all the mechanics, but like how it works in general, I get. But she's still eating garbage. Like, she's not changing her eating habits. She's not changing her life habits. She's not doing any of the things that she needs to do to make this a permanent change. So it's not going to work in the long run. You know, it's like people who go and they get the stomach surgery, but they don't change any of their eating habits or the quality of the food they're eating or the exercise that they get in a day. Like, they don't change their lifestyle. They just lose the weight that they're going to lose because inherently they're just going to lose weight. You've lost half your stomach capacity, you know, kind of a thing. But it's going to stop. It's going to plateau. And the same thing with the Ozempic. Like, eventually the dosage she's at is going to plateau, and she's either going to have to go up in dosage or come off of it. And though there are some promising studies showing that if we wean people off of Ozempic, that the weight loss seems to stick. But I'm willing to bet that the people that the weight loss sticks with the best are the people who have changed their eating habits and their lifestyle while they're using the Ozempic. And Amber's not one of those people.
in the middle of filming some cameos. So if you guys want a cameo from me,
I don't, especially with the boob window.
the link is down below. I love filming these cameos for you guys. They make me so happy, and you guys are so sweet and amazing. So that is actually what I'm in the middle of doing right now. Okay guys, so I just came back in from walking Twinkie, but today's actually the day where I go get a vial of Ozempic, well, semaglutide, but same thing. So she checked my labs and all that, so she approved me for the 1 injection that she sent me home with, and since I'm fine on that, now I can go to the next step, which is actually getting a whole vial of it. So if I stay on 0.25, it'll be 7 weeks worth. I remember last time I did it, I think I did 5 or 6 weeks of 0.25 and then went up to 0.5. Every time I go up, it'll just be like not doubling my price every time, but like once I go up to 0.5, it's gonna be doubling the price that I already pay. So I'm just like, ooh, dreading that. So I want 0.25 to work for as long as it can, and then I'll move up, which is what you're supposed to do anyways. Like everyone,
You know what would make it work longer? Changing your eating habits. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Dude, stop. Now you're just being annoying. Oh, I don't know how well this is gonna work out. He's gonna sit here and pout for a minute and then possibly behave. We're just going to do the rest of the reaction like this. I know you all just come here to see my cat. That's right. The camera's on you now. Now what are you going to do? Huh? Butthead. Gosh. Behave yourself. Want to behave yourself. Happy boo. He's a happy baby.
is different. Like some people stay on 0.25 for a few weeks, some people can stay on it for months. Like it just works differently. Everyone has different symptoms, etc., etc. So I've been wanting to purchase like a pink one of these purses every single time I wear it in public.
Because it looks so attractive shoved into your armpit. You should buy a longer strap. If you're willing to drop that much money on that purse, you may as well buy a longer strap. Surely to God they make them.
Like, I get complimented on it. Like, literally just yesterday in Trader Joe's. I mean, I'm telling you every single time. Like, when me and my mom went to Golden Chicken, like, it was an older woman, like, literally in her 80s who complimented me. And then, like, yesterday in Trader Joe's, it was probably, like, a 20-year-old. I don't think I've ever been complimented on a purse so much in my life. Look how cute it is. Like, I'm obsessed. So there are...
And apparently so is everyone else. You guys, have you seen her purse? Is it not the coolest thing you've ever seen? If you saw Amber walking down the street, specifically wearing that purse, would you not walk up to her just to compliment her on that purse? You know you have purse envy. I know a couple of you actually do like the purse, and I think it's all right. I mean, it's not my thing, but it's not hideous. I just get a better strap. There's no reason for that thing to be so short, other than for some reason you think purses are also chokers.
People asking me, like, why didn't my doctor just prescribe Ozempic to me? And it's because it's cheaper if I go through a med spa, because my insurance does not cover it because I do not have diabetes. I know a lot of people think I do, which I get it. Like, it absolutely runs in my family, but I have never had diabetes. I'm very grateful for that. I've never...
Okay. I don't know exactly how getting the GLP-1s on insurance works, but I know that there are specific ones that are made specifically for weight loss. Like Ozempic, I believe, is actually originally made for diabetic treatment. It's the same medicine. It's just got a different name because they're marketing it as weight loss as opposed to diabetes control. So my point is like, maybe the insurance doesn't cover Ozempic because you're technically using it for an off-label use, but there are GLP-1s that are specifically for weight loss, and you can't tell me that her doctor couldn't make an argument of it's necessary for health reasons to the insurance company. Maybe insurance companies just flat out don't cover GLP-1s in any other case except for diabetes, which is, you wouldn't have to work hard to convince me of that because insurance companies, am I right? But I don't know. I have a hard time with the whole, my doctor told me to go to a med spa to get the GLP-1, to get the Ozempic, because she was talking about going to the med spa before she went to a doctor. So, like, I do seem to recall that the order of introduction to this was going to the med spa, then we went to a doctor, not for the same reasons, and then we talked to the doctor about going to the med spa, and the doctor said, yes, go to the med spa. And then the med spa, gave her gave her a syringe full of Ozempic without giving her the okay to use it. So she bought something she potentially could not use, and her doctor is not doing any of the medical follow-up on the Ozempic. That's all happening through the med spa. It's all very confusing to me, and it just sounds very convoluted, and therefore it doesn't sound like she's telling the truth. Like, is there even a doctor? I don't know. I feel like the answer might be no.
Never even been pre-diabetic, so my insurance does not cover it at all since it is...
I just call bullshit on the pre-diabetic thing. Didn't she mention she was pre-diabetic at one point? I feel like she mentioned that, like, in the Destiny era or something like that. I just don't believe the diabetes thing. I'm not saying she does have diabetes. I don't believe she's not pre-diabetic. Like, how in the fuck is she not pre-diabetic? Foodie's full-on diabetic, and she's like 200, almost 300 pounds less than Amber, supposedly. Well, I guess at this point she's only like 150-ish less than Amber. Didn't she cap out at like 390 or something? I can't remember. Also, I don't believe Foodie's weigh-ins either.
It's just strictly for weight loss, so it's just a lot easier to go through a med spa. I've been back from my appointment.
I believe it is much easier to go through a med spa. God, stir fry sounds so good. Steak stir fry especially. With the exception of the water chestnuts, there isn't. I would just eat the hell out of that. Put it on some rice with a little bit of soy sauce. Nom 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 nom. That looks so good. I'm hungry.
appointment for a hot minute now, and now I'm making some steak stir fry. I am wanting some rice with this, so I decided I'm not gonna make that because it's like I have all this corn in here. It's like I have enough. Like this is.
I've noticed the last few times she's done stuff, she's definitely doing low carb. Like she's not buying a lot of bread, she's buying crackers, but like not seeing a lot of potatoes lately, not seeing a lot of rice lately. Haven't seen her make a sandwich in a hot minute. So, and I mean, cutting carbs is an excellent way to lose weight, so good for her.
It's definitely gonna fill me up, and it smells so freaking good in here. Oh my god. I'm definitely a stir fry girly. I feel like it's super easy to just get in so many veggies, and it just tastes.
Stir fries are very easy to do. I think if anybody watches Obese to Beast, I remember way back in the day, he did a day in my life video where he like took people for his workouts, and then he was like showing the meals that he was making, and I guess like all he makes are stir fries, which I mean, they're so versatile. You can stir fry, all you need is like a meat and a crap ton of veggies, and then you don't even really need sauce, but I mean, then you want variety, just add a little bit of sauce. Like it's probably the easiest, most versatile one pot meal you can have, and you can have it with rice, you can have it with tortillas, you can have it with chips if you want. I mean, it's so versatile. How do you can't go wrong with a stir fry. And since you're the one that puts the ingredients in there, like if you don't like it, it's your own fault. Like kind of a thing. I don't know. I just like, you can't go wrong with stir fry. But apparently that's Obese to Beast's like go-to thing. So
It's so good. Okay guys, so I do want to end this vlog, but we're gonna do question of the day. I didn't do question of the day in my last video because I did end it because I was a little upset, and
because you're yelling at us like you always do, trying to gaslight us into believing things that aren't true. Yeah, no, keep going.
Obviously I am feeling a lot better. You guys have been super kind. It's just,
are your DMs kind again? Is everybody in your DMs giving you a big old hug again? And it's no longer being, nasty people in your DMs?
I've been going through a lot lately, and I'm feeling really overwhelmed, and sometimes I'm not perfect at managing my emotions. So
I've been going through a lot lately, you guys. Mental stuff's is hard. Maybe she was courting somebody and that person's like dropped her like a hot potato. I don't blame them. And maybe that's what she's going through. Or maybe she's just making shit up.
anyways, let's do question of the day. Daily planner girl, what happened to your bullet journal? So I did my bullet journal for the full year when I did it. I think it was last year, or was it 2022?
Lies. You can't even remember what year you did it. You set that damn thing up. We never saw it again. Ever. We didn't even see the, hey guys, I've been doing it for a whole year. Look at my completed bullet journal. Ever. You know what would shut people up is if you would show them these things. You can't refute it then. The problem is you don't ever show us things ever again. And they're like, you guys, I totally did the thing. I just didn't show it to you. Even though I thought it was important enough to bring up and set up as a story arc, I just chose never to complete the story arc on camera. But I want you to believe that I completed the story arc, even though I didn't do it. Like, no, girl.
My memory. But I realized that keeping up with a bullet journal is actually really hard. So that's why I didn't do one this year. Next question.
I mean, the way you set it up, yeah. I mean, if you really did follow that bullet journal the way you set it up, that was like the most bizarre, convoluted. She was tracking how many times she cried in a day. She had some of the most bizarre things to track in that bullet journal, and none of them were things like, at 2 o'clock, I have a doctor's appointment. Like, none of them were actually like daily to do things. They were just lists. She was just making lists, which more power to you if that's what you want to do. But don't sit here and try to convince me that you completed it. You can't even remember what year it was that you did it. Again, go back through your own videos. It's just like, you wonder why people don't believe you.
Thanks for bringing us along on your ventures with your mom. I hope the medicine works out for you. Do you have to use a needle every day? No, thankfully, just once a week. Okay, so last question. Why are you surprised you were denied CT scans before? Because you were too big. I've actually never been denied CT scans. I have been denied an MRI because I was too big, but I've always fit in a CT scan, but every CT scan is different. But the one
that she got, that Apathetic Fax has on their compilation, she even says, I didn't think I would fit. I was surprised that I did.
So I did go to the hospital. I was having a lot of pain. It was like down, it was a little bit lower than my flanks. And immediately I was like, okay, that's my kidneys. And I've had kidney pain before, you know, and I just accept it for what it is. This was the type of pain where it hurt. I stayed in pain for about an hour before I went to the ER because I didn't want to use up, you know, the hospital's time. They took my blood, they made me pee in a cup, and I actually got a CAT scan. It was the first CAT scan I've ever gotten. I didn't think I was gonna fit, and I did, so that was pretty awesome. Long story short, I have kidney stones, and they saw that through the CAT scan, and they saw that my biggest one is 4 millimeters.
So it's a good guess that she didn't fit in the CT scans. I do remember her saying she didn't fit in the MRI, and I think she tells us in a second what the other test was. But as I just went over in the video before this one, she talked about getting the CT scans, but never did. And it might have been because she didn't fit in the machines, but it could also be that it's Amber and she just never went in for her follow-ups. And the only time she ever admitted to getting a CT scan is, I think, when she went in for, I think it was kidney stones. By this point, I will have cut in the video clip from Apathetic Fax. I haven't done it yet, so don't come for me yet. But she kind of like accidentally got a CT scan during that and says, that's the first CT scan I've ever had. And that was well after her follow-up appointments should have been. So it shouldn't have been the first CT scan she's ever had. It should be like the second, third, possibly fourth at that point. She tells on herself. And now she's trying to convince us all that she's gone in for her follow-ups and her follow-up CT scans every single time. Every 6 months, she's been going in for a CT scan. When? You've never mentioned it the whole time you were dating Feline. You mentioned it only after your surgery when you were seeing Beck. You never mentioned it after that. The one that you do mention had nothing to do with your follow-ups. It had to do with the fact that you were having kidney pain, I think it was. And all of this is on video. We just use the videos that you put out. Anyway.
That I went to originally when I was living in Kentucky did suit me, but the one I was sent to here in Oklahoma did not. But thankfully, there are a lot of
suit you or fit you
places that do CT scans here in Oklahoma, so it was pretty easy to just refer me to somewhere else. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay.
All right, so earlier in the video, I did talk about seems to be about 3 principles each time. The 3 principles that we went over this time, and there we go. Just to refresh everyone's memory, because I feel like I should probably do that, you know, just to make it seem more official. We did go over principles of covert motivations with content engagement and emotional manipulation. Mostly we were talking about the Trader Joe's haul, and her mentioning in the past that, in the recent past, like maybe a month and a half ago, she was talking about how Trader Joe's causes her to binge, and yet we've gone back to Trader Joe's and bought more junk food from Trader Joe's, which totally isn't going to cause her to binge. And not only did we buy from Trader Joe's in general, but then we also purchased salami sticks after literally telling you right before she shows them to you, salami is a trigger food for her. What isn't a trigger food for you, Amber? Also, this is emotional manipulation because she's trying to rage bait the audience. Whether it works or not's another story. You tell me. We did kind of touch on the ethical reflexivity. This one's complicated because it's discussing the responsibility of Amber when it comes to the content she chooses to share. Again, talking about the binging, and then showing the binge foods, basically, in consideration of potentially people in her audience who might suffer from BED. So complicated. So talking about how by showing her triggers in a video, she could be potentially triggering others. Again, this one, I mean, it needs to be mentioned, but at the same time, it is Amber's content, and Amber is allowed to put what she wants out there as long as it doesn't break TOS. And I know a lot of people like to report her, but I seriously don't think she's breaking TOS. I know everyone wants to argue with me about that one, but I think you're just wasting your time doing it. But if it makes you feel better, knock yourselves out. We did talk about transparency and authenticity as being the driving force behind why she's sharing the Trader Joe's stuff, but she's not actually sharing it in a way that is discussing her BED. She's basically ignoring it and showing it, so it's not really transparency or authenticity because she's not owning that this is a binge or a potential setup for a binge. Also, keep in mind, she's on Ozempic this entire time, and we all know that. So she's buying trigger foods while being on Ozempic and then complaining about nausea. Where we also talked about the principle of power dynamics, which, again, control over the narrative via self-presentation and the audience reaction, going back to rage baiting the audience. And yeah, so those are the three principles we touched on at the beginning of the video, and then my snark throughout said video. And yeah, so there we go. That's what you've got. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a cat down in the comments section as your emoji. We haven't used a cat in a while, I don't think. And if we have, who cares? Put a cat down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Did you fall for the rage baits? I don't know. Do you shop at Trader Joe's? What's your favorite thing to buy at Trader Joe's? I don't go there ever. I have been in a few times. But let me know what you guys think. Down in the comments section down below. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the stuff we're going over as far as like the dark anthropology. Woo, spooky. And yeah. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And yeah. I will see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.